Hey, what's going on, Weavers? Tim here again, and I've got a little something different for you today as we are doing an unboxing. Haven't done one of these in a while, but I think you'll all like this one as we're looking at some goods from Iroda, which many of you have seen are the manufacturers of the jet lighter that I use for my Paracord crafting. So first off, a huge thank you to Nick over at Iroda who had these products sent out to me, and I will review all of these in the future, but without further ado, let's get into it. We're opening these from smallest to biggest, starting with these micro jet lighters. And these come in a really nice shade of blue and they look pretty sweet. You've even got a keychain attachment here as well. Now I have used a lighter like this in the past from a different manufacturer, but it gave out on me after a little while, so let's hope these hold out a bit longer. I'm actually going to gas this one up and test it out because it's so small. And there we go, we can now light it up and it works. There is a clear reservoir at the bottom for where the butane goes into, so you can see if there's any fuel inside. And how you use this style of lighter is that you press the side of your thumb or finger against the side where it says push, which pops it open, and then you depress the main button in one action, which kind of acts like a safety. You can even adjust the level of the flame via the bottom here. So these look good, and we'll see how these hold up after some testing. I like this style quite a bit actually, nice and compact and easy to use. So on to the next. Now here we have something a bit more familiar. In here we have the Precision Jet Lighter series that I've been using, but I think this is the newer version. We have a yellow and black one, and these are essentially the same as the one I've been using before, but this yellow one has a longer barrel on it. And I know for a fact that these work the same, as you can see with the removable sort of lighter fuel cell inside. Now I am curious about this yellow one, so I'm just going to quickly swap in my loaded lighter in there. And as we can see, it works just about the same. But I guess an extension like that would be useful, kind of like those barbecue grill lighters if you need to light a candle in a holder or something like that. But anyhow, it's a very familiar product, and now let's move on. Next, we have something a bit more substantial. This is the Iroda Pro Torch, and I actually own something like this already, but I use it more in the kitchen instead of for Paracord. However, this one might be a bit more useful, as the one I have is the PT200 and it requires two hands to operate. This one, however, is the PT220V, which as I can see can be operated with one hand, which is great of course for working with Paracord. Also, there seem to be some additional features and controls on this one. The rear wheel controls the intensity of the flame, while this control on the barrel of the torch allows you to manipulate the shape of the flame, which is super cool, and I'm sure it'll help when you're trying to do some detailed snipping and melting. And last but not least, the big one. Let's get this one open, and what we have here is a lithium-ion battery-powered soldering iron. So you might be wondering, well Tim, that's not a lighter, and yes it's not, but it does get hot, and as you can see there are a few different attachments for this one. The idea being that this bladed attachment can both cut and melt the cord at the same time, thus killing two stones with one bird. That's right, you heard me. So this soldering iron is wireless, and as you can see, of course, you operate it by pushing up on the button, and yep, I can confirm it does get hot. I'll do a full demo of this when I do some testing for the review, but anyhow, that is pretty neat, and I'm sure I could always use a soldering iron for other applications, of course. So that is what was sent to me, and it all appears to be some really good stuff. A huge thank you again to Iroda for sending me these goods to check out, and I want to thank all of you for checking out this video. So stay tuned for my in-depth reviews of all this stuff, which should be coming out in the near future. That being said, a huge thank you to all my Patreon supporters. If you want access to exclusive tutorials as well as our Discord server, feel free to check out my Patreon page, link in the video cards as well as down below. You can join for as little as $3 a month. You can also support this channel by liking the video and commenting. Also, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out what I have to offer on the rest of my channel.